Hello, my name is Shawn B. Martin, and I'm reading from Shawn's first blog. It's frequently very weird reading some of these entries. For those of you who have found this site, and for those of you who haven't, I'll post the site at the end of all of this. For those of you who have found the site, if you care to go through with me as I'm doing this, you'll notice that I skipped some stuff. Some of it just is stupid. It's just like, this is what I did today, and I did this, and see you tomorrow. It's like, I didn't have anything to say, but I felt like I needed to write an entry. So I just skip over them. And then other ones have to do completely with Kathy, and I'm just like, well, I don't need to. So we're gonna, I think I'm skipping an entry or two and moving all the way to the end of November 2003. This is Sunday the 30th, and I have this to say. We had a show tonight at the American Legion in Lancaster. There were several venues around the area that we played shows at that if you mentioned that kids hung out there and played hardcore shows, you'd be like, what? One of them was the American Legion, which if you don't know what the American Legion is, it's basically where a bunch of old people hang out and play bingo. That's pretty much what it is. But they would also, for $500 or something, rent the place out for a night to a bunch of teenagers who want to scream into microphones. Not that my band was a screamy band, because we weren't. But we played with the screamy bands because that's all there ever is in the teenage world. And we would play there. We also played other bands more than us. I think we only played there once. Played at the Jewish Community Center. And if you're not familiar with the demographics of Lancaster, I'm surprised there are even enough Jews in Lancaster to facilitate the existence of a Jewish community center, but whatever, it's there. And actually, after we played our show there, I think they stopped allowing shows like that there. We wanted to sell food at our merch booth. We wanted to have bags of cookies or chips or something, make a little extra money, and they were like, it has to be kosher. We were like, okay, never mind. So anyway, we played a show at the American Legion. Pretty kick-ass, I think. There were some down points. One, Too Bright to Breathe. Are they actually a band? Why am I talking shit about people? I don't know who these people are. I don't remember them at all, so I have no idea what they were. Our set was pretty tight, as described by a local fan who wished to remain anonymous. I wonder who that was. We played a 6-song set, and at the end of the 4th, my bass drum pedal, this sounds about right, my bass drum pedal tore through my bass drum head, and I was forced to play the rest of the set without a bass drum. That sucks. That's awful. The anonymous fan said we couldn't hear the bass drum anyway, which I blame entirely on John's disinterest in putting a mic in my drum. If any member of your band tries to convince you, the drummer, that the kick drum does not need to be mic'd, they're wrong. They're so wrong. They're so wrong. If anything needs to be mic'd, it should be your kick drum. Kick, snare, the rest can be acoustic. It's fine. But anyway, if anyone reads this was at the show, thanks for coming out. It was a blast. Also, dramatic change in personal presentation. Check out picture at left. And then I have arrows that say, look that way, John. It's okay, John. I know some other people that don't know left from right yet. If this was November of 2003, this was literally days after I got my ears pierced. I remember when that happened. I turned 18 in 1985. Yeah, in 2003. I turned 18, and then my girlfriend turned 18. And for whatever reason, mostly because of a phobia of needles, I believe, she did not have her ears pierced. I know, a teenage girl who does not have her ears pierced, bizarre. And for some reason, she decided, finally, that she would. And I had been, actually for a while, I was toying with the idea of piercing my eyebrow right here, which was really weird when I met my future wife, Alicia, later, she also wanted to get her eyebrow pierced, and I think actually might still want to. Kids, look into it if you're interested in getting your eyebrow pierced, because there is a significant danger in it, more so than just about any other facial piercing. Getting your eyebrow pierced can actually paralyze part of your face, seriously, if it's done wrong. So be careful. Also, I've never done it, obviously. But I did, right after my girlfriend turned 18, we went to the mall, got our ears pierced. I was like, we were at my parents' house, and I was like, Mom, we're going to the mall, I'm getting my ears pierced. And she was like, okay, what? Which, a couple months later, when I was like, Mom, we're going into Lancaster, I'm getting a tattoo, she probably wasn't as surprised then. So yeah, I went and got my ears pierced. I always wanted to have hoop earrings, like little hoops, and I'm not wearing them right now, obviously, but I do. I do most of the time that I'm not at work. So anyway, I got my ears pierced, and this was also right after, when did I graduate high school? 2004. Going into this school year was the year that I started doing this with my hair. Before that, if you remember from the previous episode, you saw a picture of me with Reese Roper. I had spiked short hair. That's the way I wore my hair the entire way through high school. My senior year, I blame it on laziness. I let my hair grow a little bit, and it just kind of, like, I stopped putting so much effort into keeping it up, so it just kind of fell down and back, and then it eventually turned into this dome-like thing. It was never this long in high school. This only happened after I started college. So that was when I started this. And we got 2 comments here. I guess you can be glad we didn't put a mic in your kick, because then everyone would have known you broke it, right? Thanks, Trav. That's our guitarist. Nope, definitely an R in there. Check, probably. Nope, definitely. What? Okay, a couple weeks later, the 10th of December. Hey everyone, I decided since I got my ears pierced, I should just change my whole appearance. How do you like the new me? Am I a sexy beast or what? Oh, I know what I think I stole... Wait, hold on. Yeah, I stole my friend Christian, who I've mentioned a couple times. I stole his profile picture and put it on my page. I don't know why. Whatever. So I've been sick since Saturday. Yuck! I called off 3 days of work and I stayed home from school on Monday. I still have SLOV, parentheses, significant loss of voice. But I feel pretty good. A bit tired. A bit. Churches! Gravy! Bread! Bread! Anyway, holiday is coming up and I'm excited. My decorating is not nearly complete. What? Why am I concerned about my decorating? But I got a little done while I was sick. Good, good. The Waiting Abroad demo is being completed. Waiting Abroad is the band that I'm in. Everyone has recorded. John and Trav are going to mix it this weekend, and then copies will be for sale. John says $3, but I say $2. Maybe if you buy one from me, I'll sell it to you for $2, and we'll keep it on the DL. Word to the peoples. It's an awful way to end a blog entry. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. And yeah, like I said, Christian said, why did you take my picture for your Zanga? Haha, if you want to play drums for us, that would be amazing. We do need a drummer. I believe Sam's just filling in for us. So what he's talking about is we're getting almost to the point that I was in 3 bands at once, which only ever happened one time, and they only all overlapped for probably about 2 months. Christian started a, you'd probably call it post-hardcore band. If you've ever heard, who am I thinking of? Damn it.
Why can't I think of the name of the band? Oh, it's gonna kill me that I can't think of their name. If you've ever heard, I don't know who I'm talking about.
Sorry for the second cut in this video. I had to look it up. Okay. There's a band called The Fall of Troy, and I will put their most well-known song in the info on this episode. They are post-hardcore, and they are what our band wanted to sound like. I don't even know if they existed in 2003, but it was the same type of music. So, anyway, I just lost my damn page. Why am I so bad at this today? Okay, so the band. He started a band with this guy that I didn't know, who him and I butted heads probably because we were like personalities. That's what happens to me a lot. He played guitar. He was a prodigy. He was really, really good, and he was like 17 years old. Christian played guitar. That's right. We had a band with 2 guitarists and no bass. Christian wasn't great, but he was fine at rhythm and slightly complicated stuff. And I played drums, and I basically never had any idea what was going on. This kid was so bad at explaining himself that he would just be like, just play something to this. Then he'd be like, and I'd be like, what time signature are you playing? I was so lost all the time. But the best thing about that band was its name. It was called Prima facie, which is a Latin phrase which is typically used in legal, like most Latin is typically used in law. It actually means, literally it means first encounter. In law, it means that something must exist prior in order for you to prove it. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know what that means. Thank you for watching this episode of Shawn's First Journal. Please leave a like below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.
I don't know who I'm talking about.